Inventions of Medieval Times by Hadi and
Axel Randall.
Inventions were very useful in the Middle Ages. They were used in navigation, improved vision, enhanced food grinding, understanding units and time, and spreading knowledge. Glass inventions. Glass blowing was trendy in Venice, Italy. It was the start of the sandcloth and spectacle in the 11th and 13th century. A small glass ball turned into a invention that became a useful tool in navigation. The hourglass. Sandcloth. The need to measure time on ships imposed the hourglass invention that was more accurate than the water clock. A water clock was affected by motion, which made more water flow, and temperature, which caused condensation inside it. The hourglass was invented in the 11th century, and sailors used it to time routes while following maps. Spectacles. Spectacles were invented around 1284 in Venice, Italy. One monk asked a glass worker to make visual aids. The worker suggested to cut the glass ball into discs that could be held in front of the eye. Use of inventions today. Later on, lenses were used to make telescopes, and more inventions that we still use today, like microscopes, spectacles, cameras, magnifiers, screens, and many more that we use daily. Watermills. Though the inventor is unknown, the watermill was one of the most used inventions daily. Back then, all of the houses that could afford one would get it or live nearby a mill. Watermills were built to pump water, grind grain, and crush ores, so producing food in needs. Watermill's mechanism. The watermill was one of the Middle Ages' best inventions because it helped crush grains. The wheel rotates a drive shaft, then a gear turns a beam connecting to the millstones. The energy transfers enables the millstones to smash wheat into flour. Watermills were often built on and near rivers to get instant water. That is why houses that were near to water were sold at a higher price than others.
Mechanical clock. Until the invention of the mechanical clock, medieval people used the sunrise and the sunset as the mark of passing of the day. Mechanical clock was most probably developed by monks to help them keep track of the prayer times. The escapement of the mechanical clock. The working escapement of the mechanical clock was invented about 1275 AD. Attached to the top of the rod, there is a horizontal bar known as a foliot which regulates the speed of the swinging by moving weights in or out of the bar. The oldest surviving clock in Europe. The oldest existing clock is located in Salisbury Cathedral, England. It was installed in 1386 AD. It struck only the hours.
The Roman clock, installed in 1389, was the first clock to strike the quarter hours.
The significance of the mechanical clock. Because of the mechanical clock, people understood new units of the time. Hours, minutes, and seconds. They could schedule their day and work more accurately.
Printing press was invented by Johannes Gutenberg in 1448.
Printing press is one of the greatest inventions in the world. It had metal blocks with individual letters and characters that could be arranged and rearranged to create words. The process of the printing press. First, the metal type was set on wooden plate. Second, the type was spread with an oil-based ink. Third, The paper sheet was put on top of the inkjet type. Fourth, the paper was pressed down against the type by turning a long handle.
About 250 single-sided sheets could be printed in an hour.
The first publication printed with the printing press. Johannes Gutenberg printed the Turkish calendar in 1454. A year later, the Gutenberg Bible was completed. In 1457, Johannes Hust and Peter Schoffer printed Psalter using the printing press created by Johannes Gutenberg.
With the printing press, it was possible to mass-produce books and news leaflets.